What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. You know I got another banger for y'all, so kick back, relax, and come take a ride with your boy, man. Arguably the most polarizing figure in the WNBA right now is Caitlyn Clark, a rookie who is the all-time leading scorer in women's college basketball, bringing in all types of hype, expectations, and money, most importantly, viewership, sponsorship. We've gotten record-breaking views on the WNBA draft on the first couple of weeks of the season. They've hit 3 games with over 1 million views. They had none last season. Over 700,000 people watched the WNBA Finals. 2.1 million watched the New York Liberty, or they watched the WNBA draft. But the New York Liberty they made 2.1 million. I gotta get my words together, y'all. 2.1 million on the matchup with the Indiana Fever. And it's just crazy. She's the hot topic. Clark is being talked about by both sides. There are people that love her. There are people that are expressing much respect. There are people that are feeling a different way. Feeling like, the WNBA shouldn't be kissing the ring and the players just need to go out there because she's been taking some shots. It looked like bad boy Pistons out there with the Jordan rules. So we got to hear from a few people about this Caitlyn Clark situation, what people are talking about, man, because it's just crazy. And I respect that she's handling everything with class and just humbleness. But before we get into all of that, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest. And join our memberships. We got that exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Now, let's get into it.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
Now, this all started with Charles Barkley saying that the WNBA players should be going up, greeting Caitlyn Clark and thanking her for these charter flights, for this viewership, for these deals, for expansion, for everything that's going right with the WNBA. Now, we know that the WNBA was experiencing growth before Clark. There were a lot of players that paved the way and kicked doors open for this to even be possible. But Emmanuel Acho had some interesting stats, and I think it's respectable, just showing truly giving a really good in-depth look on how she has accelerated the league's growth by years.
I'm about to tell y'all I haven't heard before, so I doubt you have either. Before the 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlyn Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that means is if the WNBA were continue to grow at the rate it grew from 22 to 23, it would take until 2028 to do what Caitlyn Clark did this year. Okay, now let's not talk viewership, let's talk ticket sales. Bear with me. Ticket sales grew in 2023 by 16% from 2022. Ticket sales have grown by 93% in 2024. What that means is without Caitlyn Clark, the WNBA would have taken till 2029 or 2030 to get to where Caitlyn Clark has gotten them today. Okay, we've talked ticket sales and we've talked viewership. Now let's talk about regular season viewership, not draft viewership. Regular season viewership, it grew by 20% in 2023. It's grown by 180% now, which means it would take another 5 or 6 years to do what Caitlyn Clark has done. So between draft day viewership, which is up 400% to 40%, between ticket sales, which is up 93% to 16%, between regular game viewership, which is up 180% to 20%, what Caitlyn Clark has done is grown the WNBA exponentially. She did in 5 weeks what would have taken 5 years. And as it pertains to draft viewership, she did in 5 days what would have taken 5 years. So yes, the WNBA was growing before Caitlyn Clark. Make that abundantly clear. But it was growing incrementally compared to the exponential growth.
On the other side, Elle, Duncan, very popular with ESPN, does a lot of women's basketball broadcasts, play-by-play. I'm sure if you are a women's hoops fan, you have seen her, you know her. Had some very strong words as well about Caitlyn Clark and the rest of the league.
This is only women that get this. I'm tired of it. Like, here's my thing, you guys. What else? Who are these girls? Who are these girls that are hating on Caitlyn Clark? Are you just combing through Twitter? What else are these women supposed to do? Fawn over her? Fangirl over her? Bend the fucking knee, kiss the ring. Like, what do you want from them? We cannot, every time the girl plays a game, she got 40 games, guys. She got 35 more games. We are not, every single game, going to revisit and retread this same tired-ass rhetoric that all these girls are hating on her, and they need to be thankful. They have been.
Sure.
They've said it. Time and time and time again. You want the girl every single time she walks out onto the court? What are we supposed to do? You want them all to give Caitlyn their firstborn? Like, what are you looking for? It is embarrassing because if this was the men and you just watched a bunch of other dudes fawn over someone all the time, you'd call them weak. That would be a soft move. Where's your competition? Where's the animus that used to be in the NBA when they really hated each other? Now they're all friends. It's so boring. We hate it. With women, you want them to do what?
Guys, it's gotten so crazy. We even have teams speaking out. Becky Hammond as well as Asia Wilson, who have Kate Martin on their team, one of Caitlyn Clark's longtime teammates at Iowa. They even had to come out and just express the gratitude they have for her, but let them know that it's competitive. They don't do this in the NBA, man. They don't have to do all this. Everybody ain't going and congratulating and shaking, and having to thank LeBron James for the growth of the league and what's going on. Like, it's kind of crazy, but I get being appreciative, but physically going up and thanking an opponent before a game, it's kind of nuts.
We love Caitlyn Clark. Yes. There's no... I think she's amazing. I watched every time I possibly could. And our league loves her. This has nothing to do. We're just doing our job. We're going to show up. Who is ever on the other team is on the other team. We don't really care. We're going to show up and do us. And so I think this narrative of like everybody hating on Caitlyn Clark, and even the black and white thing, knock it off. It's not there. It's not there. So shut down the noise. And by the way, what is she, 22? She's a 22-year-old woman with a lot of pressure.
She's not perfect.
She's not perfect. She's a rookie in this league. Like, back off.
Yeah.
Back
She's learning and growing just like everyone else. I feel like that's what people don't give her a chance. This is growth. We tell our rookies every single day, this is new. You're coming into a whole nother new world and starting over. So it's the questions are only annoying because it's like, she's young. She's a rookie. Y'all keep asking us these questions as if she's a grown-ass woman that's been in this league for years. Like, no, she's doing her job. We're doing ours. And at the end of the day, that's how we grow, is when we get better and do things like that. So, yeah, I'm just exhausted over the conversation because I know she's exhausted. I can only imagine. So,
and so far as the charters and this and that, I don't care if Kermit the Frog made the change. We've been fighting for this.
Becky over here, what? But for real, though.
We've been pushing. I mean, I played in this league at 99, and we were traveling the same way. And like I said, I don't really care who's bringing this or who's bringing the crowds. What I care is that they're there and they're on the eyes and they see how great women's basketball is. That's what I care about, and that's a mic drop. Bye.
We have to respect what she's doing, though. She's gotten better with every game. The last 3 games, 17, 20, 21. Like, she is hooping right now. All eyes are on her. She's selling out crowds, having games moving to bigger venues. Like, we cannot deny the fact that Caitlyn Clark has accelerated the growth of the league and brought a ton of new WNBA fans into this season. Now, I know we've heard a lot of quotes, and I think this is all good for the WNBA. First off, we're all, like, the WNBA was not getting this much exposure last year. This is the topic on every talk show, every sports talk show, every national show that you're seeing right now. It's Caitlyn Clark, what she's got going on, what the league is saying, how other players feel about her, and so on and so on. We cannot deny her impact, though. It's just like what Steph Curry did to transcend the men games, but different, but still like it because of their play styles. But people are tuning in to see three-pointers, long logo threes, deep range, quick, fast, nice handles, off the pick and roll. We want to see the shots fly. We want to see high-scoring games. That's what Adam Silver and the NBA have catered to, and now we're seeing more so with the WNBA, man. It's about buckets. People want to see buckets, period. And I realized that there were so many players that laid the foundation before Clark. There are so many players in this draft class that are doing great things. Angel Reese, Cameron Brink, Rakia Jackson, Camila Cardoso. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are so many, Aaliyah Edwards, so many talented players in this special class that are making an impact on and off the court. But just in WNBA regards, man, we cannot overlook the fact of what Caitlyn Clark is doing. I don't think it's because she's white and straight, because we've heard that mentioned as well in the league that, is defined majority differently. And I just think that Caitlyn Clark is talented and people enjoy watching her play, to be honest. Now, does the fact that she is white and straight hurt her marketability? Of course not. But, I mean, there are a lot of white and straight people out there in the world that are not making millions of dollars. I'm just saying, no shade to nobody. But I'm just looking at the fact that we have to respect the talent and the way she's approaching the game. And she's been humble and shouting at her teammates and looking to buid that relationship with Aaliyah Boston.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing about Aaliyah, coming in here, I think her leadership has been amazing. She's been one of the biggest voices in our locker room. She's been somebody that's been there to pick me up. I've been there to pick her up. And, we're navigating this together. It's hard. Opposed to a point guard trying to create that connection, that chemistry within, 20 days and 5 games, and everybody's expecting so much. So I think it's just a learning process, and that will only continue to get better. I think the pace that we want to play out is a little bit different than what they played out last year. So continuing to get comfortable with that, but I think overall Aaliyah's just overall leadership and her voice in our locker room has been tremendous.
What has Aaliyah Boston been able to?
How can you root against her? I just don't understand how you can look at just her humbleness, her humility. We've had my guy Nick Cousins, the Iowa insider, on multiple times, and he's gave us the inside scoop about how humble she is and how team-oriented she is and how she decided to declare for the draft early before Iowa senior night so that wouldn't take away from the ceremony so all her teammates could be honored. This is just amazing character that she's shown. She's a rookie, though. I agree with Asia Wilson. She's a rookie. She's a young player. There's going to be some growing pains, but we have not seen a player in WNBA history as a rookie coming in with the expectations and the hype and the attention that Caitlyn Clark is getting. And you got to salute it because she is handling everything with class. And I just salute to her. I think it's great for the growth of the women's game. I think more eyes are on it. This is the time to get in. We're seeing expansion. Golden State has announced expansion, out there with the Valkyries. Toronto's getting a team. There's a lot of attention, well-deservedly so, because this is a great product and a great brand of basketball. And I'm glad they're shaking that old tire rap that they don't be hooping, because they be hooping, and the WNBA has been super exciting so far this season. And we're going to keep y'all locked in with all the latest and the greatest. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments about how everything is going on and the Caitlyn Clark effect. And is it too much? Are the expectations too much for her right now? Y'all holler at me. Let me know how y'all feel about it. That's a wrap for us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest. Until next time, hey, we out.